Hi guys, and welcome back to Authentic Analysis with Kay. And I'm just gonna upload a few short videos today. I haven't done that in a while. I do have my ancestry video that I've done, and it's basically going to be with I basically recorded myself there on the corner, and I've got the websites there in the back, so you can just have a visual aid. So I'll be doing that. I have a part one and part two, so that will be coming soon. The first video today that I wanted to talk about is uh mental health. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is seasonal affective disorder, also known as SAD. I thought it was actually called seasonal depression, but I guess it's seasonal affective disorder or winter depression. And it's basically when you're going through um, symptoms of depression and it's more severe during the winter. And I didn't really know that was a thing until I spoke to my GP and he said that to me. I was like, oh, you know what? It makes so much sense. Um, So I'm just reading this off the NHS website, and so symptoms of SAD can include persistent low mood, a loss of pleasure or interest in normal everyday activities, irritability, feelings of despair, guilt, and worthlessness, feeling lethargic, sleeping for longer, and finding it hard to get up in the morning. Um, oh, when I said feeling lethargic and sleepy during the day, craving carbohydrates and get craving and gaining weight, difficulty concentrating and decreased sex drive. And for some people, this can have a severe impact on their day-to-day activities. Um, so just a little bit about me, won't go too deep, but I'll say I'm suffering from, I guess, a bit of depression and anxiety. I know obviously I've spoken to my GP about it and it's been going on for a few years, so they've offered me like going to groups, um, medication, the whole shebang. And me and medication, any medication, I'm just really bad at taking tablets. I'm just really bad at sticking to it and taking a tablet. I just don't really like the idea of it. I really feel like I'm unhealthy as it is, as in unhealthy in terms of I probably don't get enough vitamins and proteins and all the stuff that I need. And for me to take a tablet on top of that, I'm like my body's just screaming for something healthy. But I'm getting a bit better at that. So I try to find other ways before I turn to medication. And when I did take medication, it's kind of a thing where this is how I always explain it, which is, I mean, it works for some, but for me, I'm just not a medication person in general. So when I first started taking it, I felt really like the first 2 weeks, I was extremely happy, like overly happy. Like, I mean, to the point that the side effects were like, I had, my jaw was like, it was cramping up. So I had to like relax my mouth because I just felt like I was overly happy and smiley. And after those 2 or 3 weeks passed, I just felt like, I wouldn't say normal, I just felt nothing. Like nothing was really too funny or nothing was really making me sad. So obviously, I'm not sure exactly how it works, but I guess you take the antidepressants to stabilize yourself. So it's like you don't really feel, you just feel like a robot, like you just feel just like or level. So I kind of stopped taking that. I probably shouldn't have done it the way that I did, and I'm not recommending for anyone to do that, but I just didn't really go back to it. I did see, I don't know, what do we call it, a therapist, or somebody that guided me to try and do activities and stuff like that. It worked for a little bit, but then it will just go back to like, oh, I don't really want to do it anymore. Um, so I have to like figure out for myself what is actually bothering me, and if I can't overcome these things, am I going to be okay? So I think the three things was um, kind of family, financial, and love life. Kind of that's more not really there, but it's there. Um, well, the love life kind of ties in with myself, but it's just kind of feeling like not feeling good about myself and not having what I think everybody else has. But obviously, I have to know now that in life everyone's going to be different. People's families, lives, love is always going to be very different. So I can't compare myself to what somebody else has. And I kind of started from when I had started my lock journey. Like I was like looking on Google, oh, well, I want my locks to be like that girl, like this. And I'm thinking, you know what, my hair's going to grow how it grows. So I know I'm not talking about my locks, but I'm just saying I had to base that on obviously my mental health. And obviously some decisions that I made, I'm not really good at forgiving myself. So stuff that will happen 6, 7, 8 years ago, I'm still holding at the back of my mind because I'm like, oh my God, that upset me or that hurt me, and I can't let it go. So yeah. Um, so I only basically done this video just to say, like, just to interact with people. If you're feeling like you've experienced seasonal affective disorder and you want to talk about it, please feel free to comment below. Um, if you do go to the GP to discuss your mental health, make sure before you start that medication or whatever they decide to do, you make sure it's the best option for you. I wouldn't say I'm completely out of that. I'm out of that mind space, but I feel like I'm getting there. Just trying to get through each day. And my motto is, every time I get to a space where I feel down or I feel like I'm getting stressed, I just say to myself, take one day at a time. Like, I know it's good to plan, but I feel like I would worry about things that happen next week. And I'm like, let me just finish today and then get through tomorrow, then get through tomorrow, and then get through tomorrow. And then that so far is making me feel a little bit okay until Christmas. So this video is about mental health, but I wanted to tie it in with financial. Um, well, I can't talk for everyone, I'm gonna talk for myself, but I feel like, I know people say, money isn't the root of happiness, but if you don't have to stress about it, or you're in an okay place, that is one less thing you have to worry about. But I don't think, maybe living in London, you're ever going to really be okay. You're always going to have some sort of stress to worry about. Like, okay, currently I'm renting, and okay, cool. If something breaks down, okay, my landlord has to fix it. But then, knowing in the back of my mind, it's never all ever going to really be mine. Kind of makes you feel a bit like you're paying all this money and you don't have anything to show for it. As opposed to, okay, you take out a car, you pay finance. Okay, you're thinking, oh God, I'm paying off this car. I haven't bought it outright. But depends on obviously what finance you take out. At least at the end that car is going to be mine. Whether that breaks down the day after, that car is still mine. Um, and obviously in terms, it's like times like this, you want to go on holiday, take a weekend trip away, and it's frustrating when you don't have the money to do that, or you see like an outfit in the shop and it's not even like an expensive outfit. I'm talking about, like, if I speak to my friends, you just want to buy a little something. It's not even expensive. But you're thinking, oh, okay, if I buy that, I'm not gonna have money for this. Oh, if I buy that, I'm not gonna have money for that. And it gets to the point where it just feels draining, and then again, it makes you not want to go out because you feel guilty going out spending money on restaurants and all that stuff when you've got things at home to worry about. Obviously, necessary if you live at home or you don't have as much responsibilities. Obviously, you feel it, but not as much. Um, so I'm kind of just in that mind space where I want to make sure my mental health is like in a space where I'm not, have days where I'm feeling really down or anything like that, and I want to improve my finances. Um, Currently, I am on a IVA, which I started 2 years ago, um, for reasons which, oh, it was so stupid. Not taking an IVA was stupid, but I shouldn't have even put myself in that situation to have the debts to be on the IVA. But as I said, it's moved on. It's happened now, so it's a 5 to 6 year process. It's really strict budgeting, um, and it's kind of frustrating. Like, this is what probably bothers me. It's like, okay, I'm working at a decent job. I'm an okay job, and I should be doing better than what I am now. Um, like simple things. If I need a new sofa, I should be able to buy that without thinking, I can't do this or I can't do that because I work a decent job. But then, okay, you get your universal credit, which I'm really grateful for, because I don't think I'll be able to afford to rent if I didn't have the universal credit. But then it's like, okay, if you do overtime, your universal credit goes down. So you have to do a whole load of overtime to basically get more than what your universal credit pays you. And even that, your tax is going to go up. So you're always stuck. Yeah, you just feel stuck. Because it's like, do I get a job? It's either the option is, do I do all this overtime and then pay a whole load of tax and then get universal credit and pay for everything on my own? Or obviously the other option is to try my best to try and get a high paid job. I'm talking like 50, 60, 70 grand, where I'm earning a lot more than I'm earning now, and I've got a lot more disposable income. But then even that, then my IVA goes up and so on and so forth. So in terms of financial wise, like at my age, obviously I feel like I should be doing a lot better and I should know a lot more. But it's like, you want to save the pennies, you want to do that, but you don't want to be living like you're poor. Like it literally feels like you're living to work. And God forbid, touch wood, you don't even make it to retirement age. You've worked all your life and you don't even see anything of it. that just makes you feel not great as it is. So, I do get when, I hear people, I've got my holiday home here and stuff like that. At least they've got something to show for it. And I'd love one day to be in that space where I can own something or something's on my own and I can, pass that to my child and have that. So that's why I'm just like trying to be on my grind to like, well, trying to be on my grind and manage mental health and do it at the same time to try and improve myself and be better than where I was 10 years ago. I might not make it now, but eventually I'm pushing myself to eventually get there, to have something good and better for myself. And I know eventually I will get there, just to speak into existence, which this is the first time I've actually really said that out loud, and I feel a lot better saying that. It's a bit scary. Um, so I reach out to anyone that's got good advice. I do. I reach out to people on Twitter. I read a lot of groups and stuff like that. Anything that I can do, working from home, anything, I'm always looking to learn. But then at the same time, obviously, when you're so keen to do these things, you run into a lot of scammers. Um, oh man, I got scammed by not Agoda, the actual company, but somebody was pretending to be that company. I didn't even really hear much from Agoda, but I can do a story time about that. But I feel kind of stupid doing it because I'm like, I should have known better. Um, but I'm always looking to like do things from home and boost my income. So if anyone has any ideas or what they do, I'm happy to, I'm definitely happy to see what it entails. But then a lot of times, you want to make money, but you have to put in a lot, and it's like if you don't have that disposable income, you're kind of stuck. But anyway, the premise of this video was just more about mental health and finances. Um, like I said, there is a silver lining. I know some days it can be so hard to get out of bed, to answer any of your friends' messages or go out or do anything, but like rest assured, you will get there. You will find a space where you are somewhat better than you were when you're in your deep dark place. I'm not going to sit there and say, yeah, you're going to be happy and everything's going to be, you know, A1. But I promise you, there's going to be days when you do feel like, okay, it's not great, but I'm going to be okay. And if there's anything I want you to take from this video, it's just that you will get there. Just find one thing, even if something small, even if it's like a YouTube video that you can watch over and over again that will make you laugh. Please do that. Like, don't sit and think that you're going to be on your own because there's probably a lot more people going through it than you think. So please take the time to just find something that you enjoy. If the job that you feel like is not working out for you, I know it's hard to leave because obviously money situations, but just find something, at least if you are going to do a 9 to 5 or a shift work, find one that you somewhat okay, like you enjoy the people, you have someone to laugh with. Um, you know, if meeting friends for you makes you feel better, you do that. Maybe I won't say meeting friends for me doesn't make me feel better, but I feel like until I work on myself and internally I'm okay, I'm just not in that, oh yeah, I want to go out and do and have fun and do all that stuff. Not right now. So thanks guys for watching my ancestry videos. Like the views have gone up quite a lot and I'm just very appreciative. If you could just subscribe to my video, I'd really love to be monetized at least, or have a wider audience by I always said end of this year, but at least in the next few months. I'll be very grateful. So please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. If there's anything I missed or anything you want me to talk about, please leave it in the comments below, and I will speak to you soon.